Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. I'm with the one and only Mr. Wolf, and this is just general share advice, not personal advice. And this is the Trade Watch video. Okay, Wolf, not too much today, but there is one stock, and this is, where am I going? Let's go back up to the top here. There's one stock that everyone's going to be talking about, is JLG. Which is down 10%.
Yeah.
And it's come back, it's revisited that, it's actually revisiting support on that level, which is quite interesting. So initially, you read it and they had the upgrade and the numbers look quite good. But so explain to everyone, Wolfie, what's happening? Why is this stock getting sold off?
Look, it's sometimes difficult to sort of work out some moves in stocks. In this case, yeah, probably difficult to understand the big sell-off in the story, because overall, yes, it's an upgrade, but there were some negatives in there. So yesterday they've come out with the headline saying it's an upgrade overall, and it is. When you look at the numbers, it is. But then, last paragraph saying that their commercial construction division is actually going backwards, right? So they've lost more money in the division, and it's been going poorly for some time. It's not as if it's a surprise. It's been going poorly, but there's another downgrade in that division, and it's a small division for them, but it's a lag. Unfortunately, it's a lag, right? So it eats into that lovely profits, lovely upgrades that they make. So
what percent of the revenue of the company is that division normally?
I think about 11-12%. Right.
And so the company coming off in its entirety 11% is arguably a bit overdone.
Yeah, look, like I said, I think overall possibly, but then you look at some other things. Okay, so the business is not going perfectly fine, right? Because there's
I'll bring it across, Wolf, and you can talk everyone through it.
Yeah, and so overall business is going okay, but there are question marks, right? So this is there's a division. When I actually saw some of these commentaries, so one broker saying he didn't like it, it's slowing growth. The other one, Macquarie, saying, great, everything is going well. We're keeping our price target. So, if the big boys are confused, the little boys have got no chance whatsoever. But, for me, when you look at it overall, I think there's an opportunity here. But, it's not the way we buy things and purchase things. We want to see things above trend and having a bit of momentum. And momentum's gone at the moment. So you just have to wait for it to sort of recover again. And unfortunately, that could take some time. So, unfortunately, the market's basically focused on the negatives right here, which is what the market does, right? It's like the news, Dave. What news sells is the negatives predominantly, right? Nothing else. So it's just one of those things that you got to, the funny thing is, obviously the technicals, the, analytics of it tells you that something was going to maybe a little bit amiss. And last week was a sell, technically, right? So, yeah, there was a precursor in there. It followed through, and unfortunately, it's below trend now. So if you're in it, you've got to get out, technically, if you haven't sold yet. But saying that, like I said,
I would actually say not to get out now.
Okay, fair enough. What you talk about that, I think it's just overreaction for me. But
I think the time to get out, was obviously when it broke trend, which we said that's below the trend. You've got to get out, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's had that fall, which is on. I think there's a question of common sense here, right? You've had that fall. It's a small part of the division. The rest of the division is going brilliantly. Common sense would say, unless there's something that we don't know or hasn't been announced, this bounces from here, right? Now, Wolfie, if you're looking on JLG, is that correct? They're trading right now at 35 times.
Yeah.
And on those multiples, then there's starting to look like value there with their growth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I think now, if you extrapolate the numbers themselves, right? So forget about what they come out today or yesterday, trading on 35 times, growing by, if I look at the numbers, growing about 30-something%. So if you drop those numbers down by 30%, so this is basically now hopefully in the 20s, high 20s, right? Somewhere there. Which is where I think value is starting to emerge in this story at $5. So fundamentally, without being any close to the actual charge, you go, this is a pretty interesting proposition here. Yeah, of course you want to probably see it a little bit of a turn, a little bit of a stop before you buy it, because like I said, the big brokers will manipulate the story left, right, and center. One saying sell, all the probably
what price target did they put the one that said sell?
I haven't seen the one that says. I don't think they said sell. I just saw that they went obviously overly happy because they're expecting higher growth, and this is the other thing, expectations, right? They were expecting higher numbers out of this update, and they didn't get it. Yes, if you look at Macquarie's details, they basically said that it's above their expectations. So go figure, Dave. Right. So what Macquarie says is they've got a price target of $7, I think, $7.50, and they're sticking to that and saying it's still a buy. Work in hand and integration in going to plan. Cat now a leading line of business. There you go. I mean,
they're starting FY24 with strong volume, with record work in hand. Really? Oh my God.
Yeah. So you tell me who's right. Is it one broker that says we didn't like it, or is it Macquarie that says we do like it?
All right. Okay, I'm going to give you a technical view here, right?
Yep.
Right. This stock is a quality story. It's been sold down to the lower trend lines, right? Which often is massive support, right?
Yep.
And it's right on that $5, right?
Personally, I expect it to hold $5.
Right. I have no issue, right? This is not how we trade, right? But I've got no issue that it's a harder trade. It's not how we trade, right? But I think this is overdone, and there's a big common sense. Someone could you could buy this at 506, and you could put your stop loss on a weekly at 495, right? So your downside is what, 1 or 2%, but your upside could be significantly higher, Wolf. I don't buy this at all, to be honest with you. I think maybe
I just found it really strange, okay, the growth maybe second half was slightly below things, but it's still overall for the full year up 30-something%, right, on the previous year. Still a small upgrade, even though it's 4.5%. Whoop-de-doo, that's still an upgrade. Yet market's just focusing on such a little, detail of the whole thing. It's just really strange.
Yeah, it's like the market wanted to. It was selling off before that.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's more there that meets the eye. I wonder if there's...
Look, this is the thing. Maybe that's why you sort of, want to wait till the dust settles, right, to see what else comes through with this. There's probably going to be maybe some sort of a phone call conversations with some of these brokers to see what else is going on. And also maybe, at 35, 40 times what it was before, it just gives an opportunity or an excuse for some to sell out, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm clutching at straws probably at the end of the day. I just think it's an overreaction, and it's still a quality story. Like you said, work in hand, catastrophe starting going, business as usual is going well. It's the commercial division construction, which we know hasn't been going great. Small part of the business. They really probably need to get rid of it. But
it might not trend right for a while, but it could easily have a bounce back up to 6.
Yeah, I agree. I think someone will probably see this as a great opportunity and probably will buy it back up again. Probably one of the fund managers will probably start now really probably smashing this, as in other words, buying.
Yeah, okay. But what I would say, if as someone, we're not going to put out officially because it's not the way we trade. But if someone did want to buy this, right, you buy it here and you put your stop loss just under 5. Yeah, is that fair enough?
Yeah. But like I said, for the CTM traders out there, do not touch this. It's for the long termers out there.
Yeah. I'll put the headlines of the video: to trade or not to trade.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? We really like this company. Like I said, it is. I mean, look, again, luckily, because we are really strict now with this CTM stuff, we did get out in our fund, right, out of it on that previous one. We're surprised, disappointed to get out, but look at that. It saved us some money. But, when I think about it now, I want to get back into it, but I can't because CTM says not yet. We just got to wait, but that's fine. Let's just see where it ends up.
Listen, we go where the easy money is. It's not really easy, but it's just like, you just feel your gut tells you that it's overdone.
100%. I think so.
Right. I mean, right. DUR. Come on. They had a good announcement. Tell us all about it, Wolf.
Yeah, look, again, DUR is on a roll. It's been on a roll for some time. Upgrades, contract wins, more of the same pretty much right now. I just think it's just a little bit stretched now with with its share price. So for me, yesterday was another announcement of a contract. I'm happy to hold, maybe take a profit, because 120 maybe is for me the sort of bridge too far, but they're still coming up with those announcements that you're fairly happy with, that if you're a shareholder, right, that nothing's in there, they're telling you it's time to just get out and move on to something else.
All right, I love this one. DLI, stunning. It's not good. They were stunning. Were they stunning?
No.
No. Okay. Is it? You'd think the ASX would be some sort of criteria what they could call, say, absolutely. When's someone going to come up with absolutely the most amazing, incredible, stunning, fantastic drill results in the history of the ASX? I mean, but they were stunning according to DLI.
Yeah, no. But it's I have to say, let's take it into a bigger context here, right? The actual results are getting better, right? That's a big. I look at the previous results. The previous results were around the 1% mark. The 20, 30, 40 meters at 1%, 1.1, 0.9, 0.8. So I was thinking back then, this is going to be just probably a 1% type mine, which is probably just an average type scenario here. However, it's getting bigger. The grades are increasing. Now they're coming out today with 1.2, 1.3, 1.5, 1.6, Dave. So it's starting to look quite interesting. The other things that are going for it, you've got David Flanagan in charge, which is ex Atlas Science, right? We know the dude. He's done pretty well for himself.
Well, that's stunning in itself.
And that's the other stunning thing, Dave, is Mr. Twiggy Forrest, FMG, is absolutely going berserk, getting all the ground around these guys. So he can see there's lithium to be had over in that spot where they are. So there's a lot of factors going on. There's another article in Stockhead today about it. It is very interesting for sure. There's a FOMO in there, 100%. But it is on the up because of the grades are increasing, because you've got Flanagan in charge. And of course, now Twiggy sniffing around and picking up a lot of ground around these guys. And when you actually look at the actual prospect of the lithium, it's actually quite an interesting proposition, because it's actually quite wide and quite long. So you never know. I mean, this could be quite significant with time.
Well, the price action is good. I mean,
yeah absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
This could be one of those that keep going to $1.20, $1.30.
Well,
I think the market cap 300 million odd. It's early days. Can you push up to 500? Yeah, easily.
I've got it at 458 million.
Well, now probably after that rise today. Yeah. Sorry, I looked at it just before the market opened. It was 300 something. So 22% rise. Yeah, makes sense. 400 something.
Well, you could see it was maybe a bit more going. Have another run a little bit higher.
Yeah. If the farmers get behind this, that could push it up to anything really.
Absolutely fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Wolf. Listen, we're going to leave it at there today, because in about 1 hour from now we are live, and all these questions can be answered. And Ask the Analyst live Fridays is unbelievable, because we've got Wayne on board, we've got James, we've got all the boys, we've got Gunter, we've got all these brilliant people.
Not about us, Dave, is it? This is about the other dudes that we pretty much steal their ideas off.
Yeah, well, they're better than we are, right? So, I think absolutely brilliant, and they're going to be there with all the trades, ideas, stories, and I really look forward to it. I really look forward to.
I wouldn't be expecting to see JLG finish in the green today.
Well, look, it's bouncing as we talk, so maybe we've got that one right.
All right, anyway, let's talk about JLG and others at 12 o'clock today.
All right, and Wolf will be showing us more of his technical prowess. All right, thanks, Wolfie. See you, mate.
Yeah.
Bye.